And another view of the outside of this wood to finish off, looking up the hill alongside this track. It's worth noting that this track, although only this is surfaced, it's very wide. Now this is a feature that you find in a lot of ancient droveways and ancient highways, now no longer used by vehicular traffic. Because years and years ago, trundling your stock through here, you would have had to basically have your stock drift around all the holes and the ruts and the boggy places. And if stock using this regularly, as that implies, your hedge, which had been along the top of this bank, would have been important to keep the stock out of your field, maybe on the left here, or out of your woodland on the right. And you can see the browse line in here. You can see right the way through that wood, all into the field. That's the deer. But you can also see that the ground is very undulating. That argues against it being a field, especially against a field that was ever ploughed. So another factor in favour of it perhaps being ancient woodland. Ancient woodland, don't forget, woodland before 1600. Let's have a quick look at this boundary bank, and you can see the soil here. It's quite stony, it's quite heathy, it's sandy with a bit of a clay component. Now I know for a fact that Wareham Forest is over the back there, which is basically Forestry Commission land, which is plantation on former heath, and there's still quite a lot of heath here. The reason why I wanted to show you this is a lot of you probably heard of Cornwall and Devon banks, which are basically stone faced with a rubble and soil fill and hedges on the top. In this area, where I was born about 60 years ago, there was a tradition which has been largely forgotten of doing the same sort of structure using turves to build the vertical sides and then planting a hedge along the top. You see what I'm saying? And this bank here, I would suggest, is probably a lot younger than this bank over on this side. If you look at the bases of the trees, you can see that there was a bank, but it's eroded away significantly. Whereas this one here is still fairly large. Whoop, nearly fell over. And basically, once the bank was made, if there was a ditch on the other side, as this one seems to have, it would have been reinforced from time to time by clearing the ditch, popping it on there. This woodland over on this side, there's arguably less impetus to do that, because although this is a boundary ditch, it could also been used for drainage. This one on this side has a significant winter wet stream running down just over there, and sloping down that way would have drained itself.